State dinners are more than just meals. They are grand spectacles of power, wealth, and diplomacy. But what does it take to create a feast that costs millions? Imagine rare wines worth more than cars, dishes crafted by the world top chiefs, and table settings so intricate they rival museum art. Today we unveil the secrets behind 10 of the most extravagant state dinners in history. And to start, let's explore one of the most iconic Queen Elizabeth II's lavish 2007 banquet for France's President Nicolas Sarkozy. In 2007, while an 8.0 magnitude earthquake devastated central Peru and raging fires claimed lives across Greece, Queen Elizabeth II hosted a grand state banquet at Windsor Castle for French President Nicolas Sarkozy, estimated to cost $2.5 million. This event showed true royal luxury and extravagancy. This was the time when America was bombarding Islamic jihadists in Somalia, many Africans dying of hunger. On the other hand, the banquet was being held in St. George's Hall, the castle's largest state room, accommodating over 150 high-ranking guests. The hall was adorned with 200 candles, hand-polished silverware, and centerpieces crafted from rare porcelain. Every detail of the menu reflected the finest British and French culinary traditions. Here there is what the guests enjoyed: tartar, a smooth smoked salmon dish with a refreshing cucumber and dill sauce inspired by British seafood traditions. Main course: tender roast venison from the Queen's private Balmoral estate, served with a rich red wine sauce and fresh seasonal vegetables. Dessert: a sweet apple and elderflower tart, decorated with edible gold and served with creamy vanilla custard. Each dish was carefully crafted by a team of 20 top chiefs, using the best ingredients from around the world. No royal banquet is complete without the world's finest wines and spirits. The event featured curated wine, list worth over $500,000, including Chateau Lafite Rothschild 1982, a world-famous Bordeaux wine known for its exceptional quality and flavor, priced at $10,000 per bottle. Paul Rogers Sir Winston Churchill 1998 champagne, a premium champagne honoring Winston Churchill, one of its most famous admirers, costing about $300 per bottle. To end the evening, guests were served Royal Salute 62-gun Salute Scotch Whiskey, a limited edition blend valued at $3,500 per bottle. The table settings were equally extravagant. Each guest's place was marked by handcrafted gold-plated cutlery and Souvlais porcelain plates, some dating back the 18th century. Crystal glasses from Waterford and bespoke silk napkins embroidered with the royal insignia completed the look. The total cost of the tableware alone exceeded $1 million. The evening's entertainment matched the banquet's extravagance, with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra playing timeless classics by British and French composers, featuring world-famous soloists and customized staging. The entertainment alone came with a heavy price tag of $250,000. While the banquet dazzled with its grandeur, it didn't escape controversy. Back in Britain, many questioned the need for such luxury during a time of economic strain. Was it an unnecessary extravagancy or a justified investment in diplomacy to bolster UK-France relations? On the second place, we find Obama White House 2015 State Dinner for China's Xi Jinping. The White House pulled out all the stops for China's President Xi Jinping in 2015. The dinner, estimated at $1 million, was a culinary tribute to both nations, blending East and West on a plate. The menu began with Maine lobster poached in a batter and ended with pear tart in Riesling jelly. But the real star was the wine list, featuring Schaefer Hillside Select Cabernet Sauvignon, priced at $400 per bottle. Beyond the food, the dinner symbolized an effort to strengthen the US-China relations, a stark contrast to the rising tensions in later years. On number 3, we find Vladimir Putin's 2008 Kremlin banquet for global leaders. In 2008, Vladimir Putin hosted a banquet at the Kremlin that separated no expense, costing over $3 million. It was a lavish display of Russian wealth and tradition. The banquet hall looked like a place from a fairy tale, with glided walls, sparkling chandeliers, and seats lined with red velvet. The menu featured beluga caviar, Siberian crab, and Bosnia with black truffles. For the main course, the guests enjoyed slow-cooked sturgeon, served with a vodka-infused sauce. No Russian feast is complete without vodka. Guests were treated with custom blend infused with rare Siberian herbs, alongside a selection of vintage wines. Though the dinner was luxurious, it was also strategic, aimed at showing Russia's culture and economic power to the world. On number 4, we find Saudi royal family's 2018 banquet for Donald Trump. When Donald Trump visited Saudi Arabia in 2018, he was treated to dinner that cost around $4 million. Hosted by the Saudi royal family, this extravagant feast combined opulent luxury with political maneuvering. The dinner took place in a place designed to impress, with gold-trimmed ceilings and expensive gardens. Every inch of the venue was crafted to communicate the wealth and the power of the Saudi royal family. Guests were served stuffed camel, a delicacy that is only prepared for the highest dignitaries. Alongside, there was saffron-infused rice, a date-stuffed lamb. For dessert, they had baklava and kunafa, both drizzled with gold. Also, Saudi Arabia's Islamic laws prohibit alcohol. The royal family served rare Sula Vineyards wine from India, along with specialty non-alcoholic cocktails. The evening showcased Saudi Arabia's growing global influence. This banquet was not just about food, it was a message of alliance. Saudi Arabia and the US were cementing ties in the symbolic act of unity, with luxury used as the ultimate diplomatic tool. On number 5, we find this 2011 state dinner at the White House for India's Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. In 2011, President Barack Obama hosted Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh for a state dinner that cost approximately $1.5 million. It was a feast meant to honor the growing relationship between the US and India, reflecting both the history and the future potential of these two great nations. The dinner was held in the state dining room, with an ambience that perfectly blended American and Indian cultures. The room was filled with colorful floral arrangements and intricate table settings, featuring fine china and silver cutlery. The centerpieces was an impressive floral arrangement of lotus flowers and jasmine, a tribute to the Prime Minister's Indian heritage. The menu was a fusion of American and Indian culinary excellence. Guests were served a roasted pumpkin soup with Indian spices, followed by a main course of tandoori chicken and lamb curry accompanied by basmati rice. For dessert, they indulged in a traditional Indian kulfi ice cream paired with American-style chocolate mousse. The drink menu was a mix of American wines, and the traditional Indian masala chai tea. The wines featured the rare Scribe wine and the Pinot Noir, a California-based red with a price tag of around $120 per bottle, alongside Mam Napa champagne, and nod to both American and international tastes. This dinner symbolized the growing partnership between the United States and India, which was an important diplomatic moment, especially with India emerging as a global economic powerhouse. The state dinner reflected the deepening ties and mutual respect between the two nations, with both countries working together to address global challenges.